Right, it's time to change the brakes on my Fiat Panda. They've been, well, 8-year-old brakes now, and the usual advisories at MOT's time saying they're a bit rusty, so I'll get them changed before it's MOT due the end of the month. I've got myself a new set of front discs and pads for the Fiat Panda. So I'll get it jacked up, get the wheels off, and have a look at the brakes. Bought the brakes about 6 months ago, I've been lying about ever since. Yes, not very nice, pretty grooved. And brake pins have got T45 nuts, well bolts rather, under, see if I can show them, little caps on there. Take the top off the cap and you get access to the T45 headed bolt. Take them out for the sliders. The slider. And the second slider. Right, what else have we got to hold it on? The wire clips on the pads. Okay, take off the wire clip. Ease the piston very slightly and take off the brake caliper. Still plenty of meat left on those, but they're getting replaced. So we've got the squealer on the outside, right, the squealer there for the pad wear, so that's on the top on the outside. Try and remember that. Right, to get the disc off we take the caliper bracket off, which has got big nuts, spline nuts. We've got one that fits that. Yes, it's an E18 fits that. Yep. Right, try that. So I've only got a small 3/8 ratchet, so a little extension to do that. Oh. Yes, quite tight. Right, I'll do that. Right, bracket. A little wire brush. Now, for the disc, do we have to take out these two studs? I suspect we might. Maybe not. Maybe we do. I think maybe take those studs out. Yeah, these are 12mm studs. Well, 12mm spanner anyway. And the disc comes off. Face is reasonably clean. Right, go and open up the new discs. Hopefully they're the same. Maybe I should have looked at that before. Yep, discs are the same. Yeah, definitely the same disc. These ones have got electric things on them. Right, that's the outer pad. Looks the same. Other than, yeah, is that the inner pad? Outer pad. Other than it doesn't have a squealer on it. These ones have got electric connections on the inside. You can see where it's been wearing unevenly on the rusty part. But the outers are the same. Go and have a look at the inners. Yep. Same, apart from having the electronic brake connection. We can just cut that wire off. Discs a bit of a wipe down some brake clean. And back on. So I've got stud there for these two. Locating pins in. Wire brush the carrier for the pads. In the hole. Oh, that's difficult to get in. That's it. That's the inside one in. And then outside one goes on there. Push back the piston a wee bit. Let's go in. Get the back on. Hope she put it on the right way round. Right, what's the one? And it just slips in there and hooks in there and there. Right, I put a wee bit of grease on these pins, clean them up. Grease the pins up. Just put that there for a minute. here somewhere. One in. Great. And the little caps that go in to protect them. One there, one there. Next, the wire clip. If I could remember how that went. Does it go? Just about. Like that. Right, need to put a wheel on. Goes on there. So there's a hole there. Oh dear. Oh. I hate wheel bolts. That's both the front discs and pads changed. Need to go and remember and bed the pads back onto the discs, because I pushed the cylinders back. If I drive off like that, I'll get no brakes until about 3 pumps, which is usually when you hit the wall. So get them pumped up and then go and gently bed the brakes in. They need a little gentle bedding in to start with. Oh, funny angles you're at there. There we go. Right, need to bed the brakes into the car. First thing to do though is to make sure that the pads are up against the discs. A few pumps, yep, a good pedal. car's almost 8 years old. It's done 30,446 miles. That's the first set of discs and pads for the front. They weren't worn out, they were just rusted. I don't use the brakes much. So I need to bed the brakes in gently for the first couple of hundred miles. But the initial braking, you don't want to do any harsh braking, just gentle braking from a reasonably high speed of about 45-50 miles an hour, a few times just to bed the brakes. What are we doing here? Yeah, fine. Mirror in case anybody's coming up behind me. Again, when you stop, you don't want to keep your foot on the brake pedal with the pads against the discs. It'll cause warping. So I've been meaning to replace these brakes since early summer. I thought a nice warm summer's evening to replace these brakes sometime, but unfortunately we never got a nice warm summer at all. So it had to be a sunny but chilly November day to do them. But they're done now, they're working fine.